Hey there, everybody. This is Randy Dalton coming to you from RB Properties channel, where we talk about everything to do with property management, real estate investing, and construction. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about student rentals. As everybody has gone through the last year and a half, it's been very difficult. It's been challenging for many. Not having good leases, not having good co-signers. Many landlords ran into difficulties as students basically just got up and left and didn't pay their rent for that time period. We were very lucky. We had excellent tenants. We had good solid leases in place. All of our students were basically with a co-signer, so we were well protected. And those students basically stayed throughout the year, even though there wasn't necessarily a school to go to, they still stayed. And they basically ran out their lease April 30th, 2021. Come April 30th, 2021, almost all of them re-signed because things were starting to open up again, because the university was talking about going back to school. Many of those students liked the units that they were in. They wanted to keep them. They wanted to stay there. So they basically re-signed leases, another 12-month lease to take us to April 30th, 2022. So we were in great shape, except for one unit, which has always been a challenge for us. It's a basement unit that we have very close to the university, but it's a basement unit, has two large rooms and one, I'm going to say closet. It's a very small bedroom. And that unit has always been difficult. So oftentimes we end up having the two bedrooms leased, the third smaller bedroom not leased, or only leased on an 8-month versus 12-month for the other two larger bedrooms. Always been a challenge. And this year was no different. Those tenants decided that they didn't want to stay. So we were basically vacant come May 1st. And, with everything going on with the university, nobody was about to sign a 12-month lease for that unit. So we were looking at a vacancy for the summertime. So what did we do? We decided that we were going to try something new. Always be creative as a property manager. And as a real estate investor, always look at how you can create something from nothing. So we had vacancy, no revenues coming in. What did we decide to do? We decided to let's try Airbnb. Airbnb, we do other units, Airbnb, and Airbnb is always high demand in the summertime. People want to travel, move, vacation, that kind of thing. So let's try Airbnb. We ran that unit. Now, I gotta say, when the students moved out, we had to quickly get in and do some renovations. It's a 3-bedroom unit, but we basically got started. Most people want a 1-bedroom. So we renovated the common space. We renovated 1 bedroom as a master bedroom, and we got it starting to rent right off the bat. Then as demand picked up, somebody wanted a 2-bedroom. We went back and we renovated the 2nd bedroom, furnished it with a bed and, all that type of stuff. And then when somebody wanted a 3rd bedroom, we went and renovated again. We lost some tenants. We lost some guests because they were wanting to move in tomorrow for a 3-bedroom, and there's no way we could do that. So we did lose some revenues, but it was safe and conservative for the owner. We didn't spend anything that we didn't have to spend, that we didn't have the revenues to compensate for. So how did we do? Well, after 4 months, I am pleased to announce that we generated $8,867 in rent over that 4-month period. That translates to $2,215 a month. That's on Airbnb. Now, how does that compare with a student rental? So, as I mentioned before, we've always had difficulty getting this rented. Usually, it's the 2 large bedrooms they rent $500 a piece. They often will rent over the summer at $500 a piece. $1,000 a month versus $2,200 a month with Airbnb. Sounds like a pretty good success, right? Now, if we were to actually get that unit rented, all 3 bedrooms, I don't know if it's ever happened, but if we did, we were looking at $1,400 a month, five, five, and four for the smaller of the 3 bedrooms. 1,400 versus 2,200, still doing much better. Now, it's not a fair comparison because we've got furniture in there, we've got furnishings in there, we're paying the utilities, number of different factors. But still, it's pretty good increase in rents in order to be able to cover those costs. Now, what we ended up doing, because we had all the furniture in place, we decided we would try and rent this out to students as furnished rental. I'm a firm believer that there's a high demand from the students to be able to rent a unit where they're literally moving in with a suitcase. They're not moving in with beds and mattresses and desks and chairs, which is, difficult, right? Time consuming. Not only is it difficult and time consuming for them, but also for the owner. If you've ever noticed, like, a long-term rental, tenants are in there 4 or 5 years. When they move out and there's some damage to the walls, you can afford to go in and repaint, right? Not so much the case having to go in and repaint year after year after year. So my feeling is that renting out student rentals as furnished rentals is a game changer. It's a big deal. We've got students that want it, and it's better for the owner. A lot less damage, a lot more potential with that type of thing. So what we ended up doing, September 1st to April 30th, 2022, we have rented it during that 8-month window. We rented it basically for 6, 6, and 5, so $1,700 a month instead of $1,400 a month. That $300 a month basically compensates us in terms of having the furniture rental running in that place for that period of time. So works for the owner, less damage. Works for the student, less stuff to move. Everybody is happy, right? So you look at that. Airbnb, we're generating 2,200. Student rental, we're generating 1,700. Pretty comparable, right? Pretty comparable in terms of the numbers. What was interesting is the students, when they decided that they wanted it and they were going to sign a lease, they asked me, can we re-sign next year? And I said, absolutely. But, and I had a caveat associated with that, traditionally, we rent out our student rentals 1-year lease. So that means May 1st to April 30th, right? So they would be able to sign a new lease, but it would be May 1st, 2022 until April 30th, 2023. Driving home, and I started thinking for a second, well, hold on a second. We've got all the furniture in place now for us to be able to rent this to students as a furnished rental. We also have all the furniture in place to be able to rent this out next summer as an Airbnb. What would be the harm in giving the student a break and renting it on an 8-month lease instead of a 12-month lease? And then I started thinking, I'll bet you most students would be prepared to pay a premium to sign an 8-month lease versus a 12-month lease. Excuse me. So I spoke with the owner about this. He loves the idea. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to approach these students. If they don't want it, we're going to advertise it next year as an 8-month lease, September 1st, that's going to be 2022 to April 30th, 2023. And for that 4-month period, we're going to go back to renting it on Airbnb. Great win-win-win solution. So basically, the students are going to save money because paying a premium but only having to sign an 8-month lease, it's going to save money for them in the long run. It's going to make more money for the owner because he's going to have that Airbnb revenue during the summer, hoping we'll maybe be able to get that up to $2,500, $2,600, $2,700 a month because we'll have it fully furnished, fully running from the get-go from May 1st. And it's great for R&B properties because we're generating more income for our client. Our client's happy. Our tenants are happy. Next summer, our guests will be happy. it's a win-win-win situation for me. So I just wanted to share that with you. If you have a student rental, consider having R&B Properties do this for you. We can work with you in terms of furnishing the unit. We can work with you in terms of putting together 8-month leases, and we can work with you in terms of managing that property as an Airbnb short-term furnished rental over the summertime. Anyways, that's everything for today. If you're interested in having us do this for you, please do give us a call. 289-780-4596, or head over to our website and all our contact information there as well. And final administrative matter, if you like this content, please give us a thumbs up. If you don't like it, okay, fine, give us a thumbs down. We still appreciate the engagement. We appreciate hearing back from you. It really does help us make better videos in the future. And if you are not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to our channel and hit that notification bell so you'll get notified as soon as a new video goes up. We try to get this up at least once a month. That's all for now. Until next time, stay safe.